Get you some money, you gonna feel different.
Straight up.
You might even, all that other advice I could have gave you, this the short version. You know, get you a couple dollars, man. You gonna feel different.
Nipsey Hussle. Big shout out to SPI, Spotter Low. You know, I'm in the black box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.
Shout out to YG, Jada, and Joe on my Mama, the podcast, Joe and Jada. It's popping, man. Will often be listed amongst the overlooked. It's humbling to be brought up in a moment such as which my name has been brought up. Everybody sending me the video, right? And shout out to Neighborhood Nip the Crip for even inspiring the moment that caused my name to be brought up. I was real shocked because of what took place with Nip, YG, and myself right before he passed. I had tried to reach out to YG shortly after Nip passed and kind of like, you know, go off the energy that Nip had left us with. And YG, he never reciprocated. He didn't give up. So I kind of like I didn't expect him to bring me up in a moment that he did when it was unnecessary. So I want to give him props and thanks for that. Hip hop was built off the shout out. I don't know if y'all seen the clip or not that I'm referring to. If not, go check out YG on the Joe and Jada podcast. I'm about to react to it. I don't know how they copyright shit goes, so I'm not gonna actually show the video. I'm just gonna go off the audio, right? Matter of fact, fuck it, I'm gonna try to play the video. If I get a copyright strike, I'll try to do what I can, whatever. Because it just won't be the same without it, in my opinion. Yeah, like I said, I appreciate he was really having a deep conversation about Neighborhood Nip the Crip, and we all know how tight they was, right? And then to make a point about politics and Key Wayne and Damon and what they had went through, he used me for an example, and it's like, damn, as much as I appreciate the shout out, I kind of recall things slightly different. For one, I don't ever remember having a problem with Slim 400. What I do recall is a time when YG had went big overseas in the airport on a young white fool. And I ended up interviewing the white fool and trolling YG and making it. We had an issue behind that. And then Nipsey stepped in and reached out. But I'm going to let him go ahead and tell the story of what he recalls, what he remembered. And then I'll come in and just clarify what I remember. But like I say, shout out to YG, Jada, Joe, and Neighborhood Nip just for, being mentioned in such a moment in hip hop. Oh, my mama, let's get it.
Guilty by affiliation.
Yeah, but it's like on some politics shit, it's like he not from there. Like he a pyro, he a blood. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he hang with bloods. That's regular. Like, I can't be mad at like my Crip partner for hanging with Crip niggas. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like, nigga, that's regular. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like me and Nip, who he is as humans, like it just clicked. You know what I'm saying? So like that shit was always an issue because
did it bring peace? Did it bring like people to look at each other a little different?
Definitely brought peace because everything that I just said had the streets and niggas, homies, and the Bloods and the Crips. Niggas was like, how is this happening? How is this happening? Like, you know what I'm saying? That was a talk for years.
That actually had some history. Like,
and then, like, we was locked in. Like, once we linked, we was locked.
Kept fucking dropping shit.
And again, we was dropping shit and we was moving around and it was street shit going on. Nip a cold nigga, bro. Nip, like, one of the realest niggas in my life, in my world that I know. Nip the realest nigga that walked planet Earth. You know what I'm saying? No cap. Like, like, pure point blank.
Rest in peace, man.
And like, I'm not just saying that, you know what I'm saying, on some weird shit. Like, Nip the realest niggas. Nip the...
No, he can't explain what he's trying to tell y'all, but I get it too. I knew Nip a lot longer than him. And this is not something I realized in Nip way back. It's something I grew to realize in his later days on my mama.
The realest nigga that walked planet Earth, bro. You know what I'm saying? It was this one time, the homie Slim 400, rest in peace. He had some shit going on with Spider Loc, I think. You know what I'm saying? And they had some little shit going on. And Nip called me one morning. He like, what's Slim number? I'm like, boom, bam. Like, but what's going on? He like, no, him and Spider Loc, you feel me? They over here tripping on each other. I'm finna tell Spider Loc, like, cuz with us. Like, we gotta stop that. Like, nigga, this family. And I'm just like, nigga, you not even from that nigga hood. Like, what are you talking about? You finna cut it. Like, he like, no. You feel me? I'm like, Nick. I'm like, bro, you sure? Like, he like, man, call 6 so I'm finna call in. Like, I'm saying this because you said something about peace.
Peace, unifying.
Yeah, like, bro,
It was the center of that shit.
Man, what, bro? Nip was on that. Nip had other niggas on that when shit used to happen with his homies and other niggas. Like, Nip was Nip was a politician and a gangster, like a cold gangster, you know what I'm saying?
Politics, man,
Oh, my mama, yeah. So, yeah, like I said, I definitely appreciate just being mentioned at a moment like that. However, once again, I don't recall ever in my life having a problem with Slim 400, rest in peace. Maybe Buddha Road, YG, little Buddha Road, big Buddha Road. It's his big homie. And we was in close communication back then when this took place. Maybe he could help YG recall a little better what actually had taken place. From what I can remember is I had started trolling YG, being extra out based on the incident he had in the airport with the little young fool. And YG used to pop up on my page, calling me old niggas, when he hate old niggas. And I was going harder trolling. One morning, Nipsey FaceTime. I've told the story before. And he was like, immediately, like, and when he FaceTimed me, he was sitting, I remember he was sitting up on the counter, like, where I could see his legs hanging and his whole upper body. He was like, posted up. He was like, SBI. And I don't know how he presented it to YG. And of course, he is a politician, and you maneuver and move, and you give whatever impression you may give to whomever you give it to. But there was never a Slim 400 issue. The issue was actually with me going extra out. I admit it down in the long run, I was doing a little unnecessary, but I was condemning what YG had did to the fan as bullying, and I was just being extra out. And it had started a rift between, because me and Buddha Rule had been tight. And then cuz like he went bad on me. He was on YouTube with my haters, busters, and all that from my set, like trolling me. So it became a point in time when Nipsey hit me about the issues with YG. And when he first approached me, he was like, hey, whatever it is with y'all. Once I heard he was talking about the YG shit, in my mind, it was squashed before he could even articulate what he was trying to approach me about. But what he really gassed me, he was a cold politician. He had mouthpiece. The way he approached me, he was like, yeah, he mentioned the issue with YG. He was like, look, SPI, we finna lock in. We all got to be at Power 106 together. So when he said that, like, I'm not finna let nothing, because like I say, the issue with YG wasn't really no issue. It was just me on here trolling. I don't recall. Just think about it. Why would he need Slim 400 number to call me and tell cuz? He might have got it cut like that. When he got at me, he was extremely humble. And as he requested that I be willing to squash whatever it was with YG, he kept saying, if it ain't that deep, baby, SPI, if it's up, it's up. It's whatever. We just do whatever. He always just giving me a way out. I think he knew I was going to be more than willing to bury the hatchet. But yeah, rest in peace to Slim 400. Neighborhood in peace, SIP, the neighborhood in the crib. I never recall having a problem with Slim 400 whatsoever. The only rift I can recall is when YG had the issue overseas in the airport, and I made it my business to, clown and make it a big deal. And YG didn't appreciate that. That's the only disagreement I could ever recall from that direction. And like I say, maybe Boodaroo can help you remember if that's a better way of remembering things. Oh, my mama.
Get you some money, you're gonna feel different.
Straight up.
You might even, all that other advice I could have gave you, this the short version. You know, get you a couple dollars, man. You're gonna feel different.
Nipsey Hussle. Big shout out to SPR, Spotter Low. You know, I'm in the black box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.